If you've recently lost keyword rankings, this video is going to help you to diagnose and address the issue. My name is Frank. I'm the founder of SagaPixel. We are an SEO firm, and as you can imagine, we've dealt with drops in keyword rankings. These are in no particular order, but any one of them could be the cause of the issue that you're dealing with right now. Reason number one, there was a Google algorithm change. Google's algorithm obviously determines the order of the search results, and every time they make a tweak to it, it means that they're weighing more factors more heavily and other factors less heavily, and in many cases, tweaking the way that they determine the quality and the authoritativeness of pages in its index. And it very well may be that you ended up on the wrong side of one of those updates. Now, if you see a significant drop, meaning you were at position 3 and now you're at position 57, and it is the same page that's ranking, meaning it wasn't that Google decided, no, we're not going to rank this page anymore, we're going to rank this page, and this page just isn't ranking as highly, you probably need to do something to address it. This is usually going to be involving the quality of the content on that page and possibly your website overall. I know you may need to rework the content throughout your entire blog. It could be that Google is now prioritizing a different type of content for a specific type of search. In other words, your website may have been ranking for something like SEO services, and Google is not showing service pages for that query anymore. Now they decided they want to show articles that give information about SEO services. The important thing to check here first is indeed if there was a documented algorithm change. Google does announce when they roll out core algorithm updates, and this link will send you to Google's official list. If one of these rolls out and you see a drop in search rank, it's probably related to an algorithm change. Number two, you may have suffered some sort of manual or algorithmic penalty. So if you suffer a manual penalty to start, you'll get a message in Search Console. If you want to check this, all you need to do is log into Search Console, go down to where it says Security and Manual Actions, click on Manual Actions, and as you can see in our case, we don't have a manual penalty, but if you do have a manual penalty, it'll look something like this. Google will explain why you've incurred this penalty, and you should be able to figure out how to address it. These are really uncommon these days, and I would be very surprised if this is what's going on with your website. Now, if you want to know if you've suffered an algorithmic penalty, first thing I will tell you is that if you haven't been doing anything that you know you shouldn't be, if you haven't been spamming or buying backlinks from Fiverr or just doing anything that's against Google's guidelines, you almost certainly have not suffered an algorithmic penalty. The topic of addressing an algorithmic penalty is a video in and of itself that I'm not going to get into here, but if you think you may have, just stop whatever gaming the system approach you've taken to SEO in the past and start taking more of a long-term approach to all this. Find a company that can help you out with cleaning up whatever spam you've done. And just remember, there are no shortcuts. Cause number 3, there may be a technical issue with your website. There are cases where Google will drop a page from your website from the index, in which case you're going to see your keyword rankings disappear. This too is something that you can check within Search Console. Just go over to Pages, go over to Crawled Not Indexed, Discovered Not Indexed, and it will tell you if you've had any pages removed from Google's index. Cause number 4, you may have made some content changes. You may have removed your target keyword from your title tag. You may have removed it from your H1 or some of the other headers on your page. You may have removed some sections that Google felt were adding substantial value to the information. You may have added some sections that are now kind of diluting what the topic of the article or the service page was. You may have made changes to the content that have just resulted in the content being topically different. And finally, you may have changed some internal linking over to this page, where you had this page that was previously benefiting from internal links from other pages on your website, and they're now not benefiting from them. That means you need to check to see if you've changed any of your internal linking on your website. And on the topic of backlinks, reason number 5, you may have lost some valuable backlinks. Google uses backlinks from other websites to determine the importance of specific pages on the internet. And it very well may have been that you had a great backlink from an amazing website and then the article got deleted. Or they decided to swap out the link to your website for a link to another website. Now, the good news is this is not something you have to guess at. If you have access to a tool like Ahrefs, they have a lost backlink report that you can go over to that will show you all of the links that your website has lost within a specific period. You just have to see if the specific page that has seen the keyword rankings drop has recently lost any particularly valuable backlinks. And if it has, it means you need to fire up BuzzStream and you need to start doing some link building to that page. Cause number 6 could be user behavior or UX problems. Google does pay attention to how people interact with your website, and if they see people landing on your website, then going back to Google and clicking on the next results after 15 seconds, they're going to notice, and your keyword rankings are probably going to drop. Determining whether this is going on with your website is part qualitative and part quantitative. First, I want you to go to the search results, click on your website in the search results, and just take a look at what you're finding there. Try to view it with the freshest eyes that you can. Is there anything about the page that would turn you off? Take a look at some of the other search results and see how your website kind of stacks up against theirs once you actually click through to the page. Next, go over to Google Analytics. In Google Analytics, under Engagement, Pages and Screens, you will see a report of all of the pages on your website and the average engagement time. Now, there's no hard and fast rule that you need to have a specific engagement time to rank well, but what I would pay attention to is just anything that seems off. For example, if you see that on your website a typical article gets 1.5 minutes of engagement time, and this article that has recently dropped in search rank has an average engagement time of 1/3 what the regular is, and it's not a really short article, it's something you need to look into to see like why is it that people are not engaging with this? And that very well may be the reason why you've seen this drop in keyword rankings. It also means that this content is not resonating with people and quite likely not driving towards your business goals, so you should address it anyway. And reason number 7, the competitive landscape has changed. You may have new competitors that have come along and that are just simply outranking you. Take a look at their websites. What are they doing well? What could you do better? We have a video that talks about the format of high converting landing pages. I'm going to link to it in the description. You should definitely check it out. Have you implemented all of those practices on this landing page? If it's an article, same thing. There is a formula to high performing and high converting articles as well. What can you glean from that to now outcompete your competitors? I hope that this video was helpful. If you want me to give you a hand with diagnosing why you've recently seen your keyword rankings drop, feel free to click on the link in the description. You can book a time with me, and make sure you check out the rest of our channel. We have all kinds of different content on SEO so you can get more traffic to your website.